Hi, I'm Susan Harrow, PureSecrets.com, and we're here today at Bay Marin Aikido and Cotati Aikido, Aikido Advice for Women and a few men with Ginny Breeland, 5th Dan. And today, Ginny's going to talk about Kokyuwaza Riai with Bokken Jo.
Okay, thanks, Susan. In Iwama style, Iwama style teaches a combination of using Aiki-ken and Aiki-jo and empty-handed techniques. They correlate these principles and they call these principles Riai. So if you study these principles, they really round out your basic techniques in a way that's very profound. A lot of ways we don't tend to consider. So if I have Dominic here, who's my uke, and just to show, if Dominic is holding the jo here, if I tend to push the jo like this, I have no results, right? So the idea is to go through the tip, and it'll move his body up. I can use my body as a counterweight, bring him around, and throw. Okay, so the clue here is to use the tip of the jo. Similarly, the same thing is emphasized with the sword. So if Dominic is here, and I have my sword here, if I start pulling to cut, it won't work. So my idea is I first have to go through the tip, and then I turn him around, and then I throw. Okay? So that's what the ken, if I did it empty-handed, I would move as if I had both instruments in my hand, or a sword or a jo. Once again, from here I can't pull, because he can stop. But if I go through the tip, his body will move. And then I can do this throw. Thank you, Dominic. So the idea here is the principles of Riai are very subtle. It's enough to have a good strike. A lot of times we don't say, lift the sword, we raise the sword. And when we cut the sword, we're not cutting with the flat of the sword, we're actually thinking about the tip. Just like when we thrust, we're thinking about the tip. So you see the more obvious forms of Riai is shown in techniques like Shihonage and Morotedori Kokyuho. But with these techniques, going through the tip is something that's more subtle. And you see these in the weapons, and you see these empty-handed. If you're pulling, there's probably a physicality that you're using that's not necessary. So if you start studying Riai like this, you'll uncover some very profound underlying concepts that are buried in basic technique. They teach you a lot, and they show you how to efficiently move. So if you study these, study attentively and with focus, you will learn lots of things that will help your Aikido. And not just in Aikido, but in life if you study attentively. More attentively, not just to get the gist of things, but to really understand what you're trying to do. With whatever project it is you are doing, you'll have a lot more success. And I encourage you to study it, the Riai forms, for your own benefit, for your own study. There's a wealth of information there, and a lot of subtleties that are very much overlooked. So, thanks.
Thank you, Sensei.